Welcome back, guys. I'm Media Mentor, and today we're going to be discussing the best trading strategy for Gdax. Now, before we get into the topic of this video, if you guys are new to the channel, remember to subscribe and turn on post notifications as we put up 1 to 2 videos a day on cryptocurrency as well as online business and entrepreneurship. Also, if you guys are interested, I've compiled a list of over 120 cryptocurrencies that have the potential to 10 to 100x in the next year to 5 years. So if you'd like to take a look at that, there's a link to the free download at the top of the description. With that all out of the way, let's get right into the video. So guys, the best trading strategy for Gdax. I wanted to make this video because I know a lot of you don't really mess around with any of the other exchanges like Binance, KuCoin, Bittrex, anything like that. I know a lot of you guys just trade on Gdax and Coinbase, and you know you're missing out on a lot, but you can also make a lot of money just from trading on these exchanges, Gdax and Coinbase. So obviously Gdax and Coinbase are owned by Coinbase, so if you do have a Coinbase account but you don't have a Gdax account yet, I recommend you go over and register for that. So we're going to be going over how to really profit off of trading on Gdax, and this is going to really allow you guys to have a go-to strategy when you're going about trading on this platform. So starting off, we want to be looking at all of the coins listed. So we don't want to just stick to trading, Bitcoin all the time, or Bitcoin Cash, or Ether, or Litecoin, because all of them have different opportunities at different times. So I'd recommend, if there's not an opportunity in Bitcoin that you don't see, look for Bitcoin Cash. If there's not one in there, look for Ether. If there's not one there, look for Litecoin. Guys, if there's not an opportunity that meets all the criteria we're going to discuss today, do not force it, okay? If you guys are interested, I did make a complete trading strategy of how to turn $1,000 into $100,000. There will be a link in the description to view that whole training series. It's free. So the whole strategy will be, we'll go over in there, but that's for those of you who want to trade on different exchanges, not just Gdax. The trading strategy we're going to be going on Gdax is more of a swing trade, longer term hold type strategy, and we'll discuss the reasons for that in this video. So as you can see, there were just a ton of I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was just like 22 Bitcoin orders at this price. So as you can see, like, there's just a ton of manipulation, especially on Gdax and things like that, with the Bitcoin price. Ton of whales coming in and just absolutely blowing the price up and down all the time, and it doesn't really amount to much of a gain every day. You really have to be a swing trader with Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ether, and Bitcoin Cash to make some serious gains. So what we're going to be looking at is TradingView first. So as you can see, since 2018 started, let's see, right here. So since 2018 started, Bitcoin has gone from about 13,000 up to 17,000, down to the high 5,000s. So quite the price movement, and we're going to talk about how you guys can prevent having just put all your money up here and still be waiting for that price to move back up, okay? Because we don't want to be selling at a loss. So what we're going to be looking at is make sure you guys are on the 4-hour chart on TradingView. Come over here, 4-hour chart. You want to be on that for sure. You also want to have RSI on and the MACD crossover lines. So you can go find those in the indicators tab and just search them up by MACD and RSI. Once you have both of those, you guys want to pay attention to the RSI mainly. And the reason for this is because we're going to be accumulating over an amount of time in order to make some good profits. So when this RSI comes below this line right here, this 30 line, that's when I'm really buying a ton. Okay, that's when I'm putting a lot of money in, especially with this huge dip. That's when I'm putting a ton of money in order to make those serious gains. Now, obviously, back here, if you had put a ton of money in, you still would be at a loss because we were still at about 12,000 up over here, but you would still be not at a horrible point. Even over here you'd be at that wasn't a terrible spot to be at, but still not the best. So but you would be at a profit right now. So that's why it matters to sprinkle money every time this RSI is oversold. That's what that means. When it's below this 30 line, it means it's oversold, meaning people have sold it to a point where it's just oversold. As much as if it's above this 70 line, that means it's overbought. So that means people have bought it to a point where it's inflated in price instead of being deflated, where it would be oversold. So every time it's on this RSI and it's oversold, you guys want to be putting some money in. So you would have gotten in at, let's say, 10,000. Come over here, you would have gotten in at about 85. Come over here, would have gotten in about 6,000. And it hasn't been oversold again. So let's just look at the kind of price, the movement in price and the gains we would see if we did get in at those prices. It hasn't been oversold at all. So only 1, 2, and 3 times since in 3 months. It's been oversold 3 times in 3 months. So you guys shouldn't be buying it a ton, okay? But the times that you do buy it, you're going to have some good gains. So let's just look. Let's just say you bought it 10,000, and we're just going to be going off the price it's at right now. So we're going to set that right there. Make another one right over here. And this tool is actually a long position tool, so come over here, just make sure you got long position, and it'll basically tell you the gain that you are at or the loss that you're at. So, and then the last time that it was oversold is right about here. So guys, those are the 3 times you want to be buying so far this year, and that is a strategy I use when buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. All the coins on Coinbase, that's the kind of strategy I use, because I'm not using my other strategy, which is discussed in that playlist I mentioned earlier, because it's not worth it. The kind of gains you're seeing every day is like 1%, 2% sometimes, unless it has a huge bull movement like over here. But then you're gonna eventually see it crash back down, go back up, and then ultimately crash because it can't handle those huge gains all at once. So right here you got a 14% gain of where we're at right now. Right here we're at 36% gain, and right here we're at an 84% gain if you had followed this strategy for this year. And that's what I want you guys to think of this entire year. Only buy when it is oversold on that RSI. I mean, you could even buy, say, when it's below that 40 line. But for me, I'm not huge on buying Bitcoin, so I stick to this strategy and just load up when it's oversold. I buy a lot when it's oversold, but I only buy so often. I only transfer money into Coinbase and keep it in that USD wallet, and I only buy when it's oversold. So let's come back to this and look at another coin. We're just going to look at Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin today. So let's come over here. Let's do Ethereum. So as you can see, since the beginning of this year, it has been oversold a few more times than, say, Bitcoin. So let's come right here. And we'll just come up to this line. Put the rest of these in right here. And guys, obviously on per coin, it's going to differentiate the types of gains you're going to be looking at right now. But these are more long-term holds for me. Because in my opinion, if the whole market's going to succeed, the top 5 coins need to be doing well. So that's how I view it. So that's right there. Alright, so one more point right here. Alright, so you're looking at an 8.2% gain, a 50.5% gain, a 6.8% gain, and a 9.64% gain. Now, for me, I would hold until we get back up here. And that goes for Bitcoin as well, because if you believe in cryptocurrency long term, you better believe that all of these need to succeed in order for the entire market to continue to succeed, at least for the near future. So if we get back up to this point, let's see what the gains are with this strategy. So 75% gain, a 144% gain, a 72% gain, and a 76% gain. So guys, let's just bring this into a Google Sheet and show you what is really possible with this strategy. So let's say you have $1,000, right? And for Bitcoin, there were 3 times it was oversold so far, and for Ethereum, it was 4. Litecoin, let's check that out real quick. I'm not going to do the gains on it, but just want to see how many times it's oversold since the beginning of this year. So 1, 2, and almost 3. So let's just say an average of 4. Okay, so just so it's even. So let's say you have $1,000, right? So you have $1,000, and on average, you're going to get about 90% every time you buy when it's oversold. So we're going to start off with 200, or just say 1,000. And 1.9. So let's just see how long this will take. Now, on average per year, you're only going to see about anywhere from 9 to 12 times where this is going to happen. But let's just see what you can do with those amounts of times. So let's say it only happens 9 times, right? Look how much money you just made. $169,835 starting with $1,000, putting $250 into 4 of those times, or $333 into 3 of the times that it was oversold. So guys, this really drills in that point by the dip, okay? Let's just see what it would be if it, 4 times every 3 months. So you would have this much money at this point. So 613,106 after 11, and you would have $1 million in 1 year from buying these huge dips. So that's really what I want you guys to think about and really follow this strategy, because these gains are no joke. So if you guys want to see any other trainings, I do have a free training that I just released. I'll leave a link to that in the description, as well as there will be a few other links that will have a little blurb about what they're about. If you guys are interested in any of those, go ahead and click those. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy this strategy. So that's going to be all for this one today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like and comment on what you think. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe for more daily videos. And come back tomorrow for another one. Have a good one, guys.